Rameesha, could you please join us? Another favorite niece of mine. She came all the way from Sacramento. She was a UCD student not too long ago. And this young lady is fasting, alhamdulillah. She has been fasting. And probably she will share her experiences. I don't know exactly what she's going to say, but she's a very good, articulate person. So please, Rameesha Sattar from Sacramento.
Hi, Assalamu alaikum. I hope everyone is having a wonderful evening and a blessed Ramadan. Can everyone hear me? Yes? Okay, great. So as Uncle Khalid said, my name is Rameesha Sattar, and I'm a recent graduate from UC Davis. Uncle Khalid asked me to be here tonight to talk a little bit about Ramadan and my experience with it. So I hope I do justice in bringing that to you, inshallah. So Ramadan, it's a beautiful time of the year where Muslims all around the world are fasting for 30 days, from sunrise to sunset, not eating food in that period. And to my non-Muslims friends, yes, not even drinking water. We get on with life as we take on the greatest acts of faith, but many will attest that the challenge is more mental rather than physical. Feeling weak or lethargic by the end of the day is common, but the body adjusts, and the willpower is extraordinary. As with any sort of training, fasting gets easier as you go on. Yes, we might stare at you as you gulp down that delicious black drink called coffee, but what people of other faiths may not realize is that they are participating in our spiritual boot camp. They're helping Muslims build that willpower in more ways than one. As NBA Hall of Famer Hakeem Olajuwon once said, if people are eating and drinking in front of you, the willpower of the Muslim should be stronger. That is what the training is for. It's like somebody who swims in a pool or somebody who's swimming in the ocean. The ocean is stronger, so it makes a better swimmer. People crave a sense of being valued by others, feeling an attachment to a community. And that is why so many Muslims hold on to Ramadan, even or maybe especially when tough times face the community. As a student, it really tests your concentration and focus by the end of the day when midterm seasons come rolling around every couple weeks. But finding a good way to be distracted and making that time pass quickly is really helpful. Fellow students I know use this time to make a concerted effort to be more present in prayer, mindful about what they eat, so they combine that spiritual practice with that modern wellness movement. It's normal. The first week you'll feel disoriented. Then, like any practice, you get used to it. And it becomes something you want to do. It's a time of happiness and personal peace. You make an extra effort to make everything you can think of for that evening meal, joining your family, which is always a full table. The peace you feel during Ramadan, it's beautiful. It's difficult to explain because most people can't get past the idea of no food or drink, but you gain so much spiritually. It's a different, calmer perspective. You put yourself in the shoes of people who live this reality every day, and it reminds you to be grateful and patient for what you have and what you don't have. Fasting during Ramadan isn't just about resisting that temptation to eat and drink. It is also means to know general bad behaviors. Instead, you want to practice love, charity, kindness, and prayer, which is prioritized. So you consider it a spiritual detox. You increase your act of worship with God, and it's important to note that worship includes going to work in the morning to earn money for your family, texting your BFF to see if they're doing okay, dragging yourself out in the middle of the night to calm your crying baby. All of these are acts of worship. Making your spouse laugh, smiling at people, cooking for your family and others, showing patience and hanging in there even though you're going through depression is an act of worship. Apologizing to someone to mend the relationship is an act of worship. This month is about serving others, and the Prophet ﷺ favorited people who benefited others the most. We spend 11 months of the year focusing on what feeds our body. It's worth taking the opportunity for this month to ask how we can feed our souls. By building that connection with God, being mindful and grateful for the blessings that we have and consume every day. It's a special type of worship that is incredibly both sacred and fulfilling. And it gives a spiritual dimension to being unapologetically Muslim in America. Thank you.
Thank you, Rameesha. Wonderful. You mean smiling at your spouse is a good thing too? Goodness gracious. Asking tough times to... thank you so much, Rameesha. She came all the way from Fair Oaks to share her pearls of wisdom with us.